the group of like there was a group of like younger people behind us, and they were just like talking about random bullshit the whole time. And I'll never forget this story about they were talking about delis and like sandwich shops. And they were like, so do you know about a pickle bagger? And me and Alex are sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck's a pickle bagger? So I'm like, I'm just stealthily kind of listening in on this conversation because I'm like, I want to know where this is going. And they're like, so you know how you go to a sandwich shop and you always get a pickle wrapped in the bag?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, somebody has to wrap that pickle in the bag. They're the pickle bagger. And I'm like, who the fuck thinks of this?
You know what makes me sad, like laugh though, is that this is the type of stuff that I think about.
Yeah, I know. But then there was also this was also the same concert that had the woman in front of us with the shirt that was way out of style for her age.
And it was someone we knew from high school's mother.
But we won't go into names or anything.
Yeah, no. But yeah, like
the
we
worst part
totally
was
knew.
though is we were cringing internally, trying not to make a scene. But then that same group of people behind us was like, "Oh, lady, no!"
Oh.
They're like screaming like from behind. Those guys behind us were hilarious the entire concert.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget them.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Gaming and Collecting Podcast. On this episode, me and Alex are going to be taking another step away from gaming to instead talk about our memories with concerts over the years. We finally got to go to a concert recently this year, and we wanted to kind of give our discussions on what the experience was like, along with some of our favorite memories from all the other concerts we've seen over the last couple of years. Some of the crazy stuff we remember, some of the wild, funny moments, and other great moments, because honestly, it's so great to see live music again. And also, I want to give a quick headphone user's warning, because Alex was a bit heated at the beginning of this one because of various technical issues. And also, I want to apologize for my audio sounding kind of crap at the start. I had a microphone issue. I got it fixed for the second half. Don't worry. But anyways, guys, thanks again for joining us as we discuss, this time around, the music that shaped us. Let's go.
I hate everything. I hate everything. I hate it. I hate everything.
Okay. So.
Now we're starting the podcast. Ah!
So.
Headphones warning.
Do I even want to ask how you've been?
No, but ask me anyways.
Okay. Well, for the wonderful people who haven't immediately clicked off of the podcast yet.
I hope you put a headphones user warning at the beginning of your intro. Just right before. Just be like, headphones warning. Be careful.
I'll edit the audio so you don't blow everyone's ears out.
You're gonna forget. It's okay.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll listen to it in playback. Don't worry. But, yeah, so that was a clusterfuck and a half. Oh, boy. Yeah, so Discord just shit the bed on us right before we started recording, and it took us about an hour to get going for this one.
Yep.
But
Yep.
We got it to work, and we're here.
Yeah. We're here.
We've had a busy couple of weeks.
Yes, we have.
Now we're gonna relax, and we're gonna talk about. Well, actually, first, how's the week been? Because my God.
Well, the week's been all right. You know.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to say it, but I just have this person at work who, like, at first I felt bad for, but now I'm just getting annoyed with. Because now I'm just like, alright, you're just, like, your pity party's over, suck it up, and get over it. That's kind of where I'm at right now, but...
I've encountered many of those in my time.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just a person who's taking something way too personally, and it's not personal, it's just, like, just stop, like...
Yeah.
Stop. Like, I've had enough. Like, we've all had enough.
Yeah.
So,
I get it.
I've been dealing with that this week.
Yeah.
So,
I mean...
that's what made Discord even more
Yeah,
frustrating.
well, all right. I'll share my frustrating story of the week, and then we'll move on to our topic. But
Oh, and we gotta talk. Well, we gotta talk about some of our other our good things though.
We will.
Too, that we've been doing. Yeah.
we will. But
Oh yeah, it leads into our topic.
yeah. So I ordered a couple packages from Amazon this week.
Amazon.
Yep.
Wow.
And I got a notification that my packages had been delivered. So I'm like, okay, cool. And usually Amazon just likes to throw the packages on the front steps and leave, which is like annoying, but it's whatever. So I go out and check out front. No package. I check to the side. No package. I check around the driveway because you never know. No package.
Did you check your tent?
I check the car tent because they've done that before, and I ran packages before.
You ran over my package before.
Yeah, and you got 2 out of it, so.
Yeah. No. I got it for free. I got my money back, so I basically got it for free.
You got, yes, but yeah. So I check all over there. Nothing. I go to the tracking, and it simply says your package has been delivered to a safe place. And I'm like, what does that mean? Now I'm going all over.
Did they put it on the roof?
No. So I'm going all over like Reddit and stuff, and I'm like checking to see if anyone else has got this before, and multiple people have said the same thing, where it's like they can't find it, and it's either I saw multiple theories. Some people were like, oh, it got delivered to the wrong house, or wrong apartment in some cases, or some people also said, oh, they threw it in the bin out front because apparently Amazon does that.
All right, it's a move. But
Amazon drivers aren't the brightest bunch. No offense to anyone who works there, but you should see your coworkers sometimes.
Well, I mean, when you can't blame though exactly when you see the working standards for Amazon drivers and employees.
True.
Like, have you heard about some of the things? Like, they literally don't stop to go to the bathroom. They pee in bottles in their car, Bill. That's how desperate they are to make their time. So, you gotta give them a grain of salt, because they might not have they might have just made a mistake because they were basically hoping not to get fired, So.
No, Amazon's a shitty company, so.
Yeah, I would never, well, I mean, maybe I'd work as an engineer there, but I would not work as, like, a driver or in the factory.
It's not like UPS where they actually have standards, but. But yeah, anyways, so then I go on. I had to use the Amazon help bot on their website, which was interesting.
Oh, I have a story about that too. I can tell you after.
Okay, so I go through the whole bot process, and eventually the bot goes, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. It appears your package was accidentally labeled as delivered, even though it wasn't yet. If it doesn't show up by tomorrow at this time, please contact us, and we'll take care of it." So I was like, "Okay, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt."
Yeah.
And it showed up the next day. But I was like, what the hell? I've never seen that before.
Well, do you want to hear about my Amazon story where I also had to talk to the help bot?
Okay.
So I have an Apple Watch, and I bought a bunch of bands on Amazon, like to switch out, because I only have this white one, and I wanted multiple color ones, so I bought it. And then I got it, and they were kind of crappy. So I left a review that I wasn't mean, but I was honest. So, like, there's these little nubs on the Apple Watch band that, like, click in. And on, like, the Apple ones, they're metal. But on the ones that I got from there, they were plastic. So as I'm putting it in, basically the little nubs that hold it together were chipping off.
Yep.
So I wrote that in my review, and I was just like, hey, like, just, like, an FYI, like, this happens. Other than that, the quality is okay, but I'll probably buy from Apple next time. And I gave them 3 stars. Like, I didn't even give them, like, 1 star. So, I bought it, like, a couple of months ago. Like, I bought it right after I got the watch. And, I suddenly get this email not through Amazon. Like, it just went straight to my personal email. And it was from the company for the watch. And they're asking me to take down my review in return for compensation, which is very illegal.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to do that.
The fact that they went through your personal email is a sketch.
And that's creepy, because I'm like, how did they get my email?
Well, it's probably through your...
No, but the sellers are not supposed to see your personal. Like you have like they're not supposed to see that.
That's kind of
so
sketch.
They're not supposed to do that. So at first I just like ignored it and was just like, what? That's weird. Ignore. But then I get a second one.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like, and it's just like, please, and it's almost threatening. Like it was like, please take it down, for you are ruining our sales. And I'm like, one review is ruining the sales. So I actually went and looked at the review, and I think I did actually have like 20 likes on it. Like people thumbs up it. So
there were probably other people who bought it and just didn't want to leave a review.
Yeah. So out of spite, I updated my review, and I changed it from 3 stars to 1 star, and I said, update. This company reached out through my personal email instead of Amazon's like communication process. I found it really creepy. They also were trying to like make me change my review for money, which is pretty wrong and probably illegal. So I said, I do not recommend. Thanks. And but then I decided to go through Amazon's like the actual Amazon, and I was just like, hey, like this happened to me, and I don't think it's right.
Yeah.
And the person was just like, no, that's not right. That shouldn't happen. I was like, okay. So I ended up forwarding all the emails to them that they sent me, and the other day on a whim, I decided to go check and see like if it was still up, and guess what?
It's gone.
The listing was taken down, and that seller no longer has an account. So I win! That's what you get for harassing me, stupid company from China.
Okay.
I win.
Yep.
So, moral of the story. If you tell Amazon a company is harassing you, they'll probably take their listing down and, you know.
Well, if you have definitive proof, then yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just find it funny. Oh, you were saying?
Well, it's actually funny because like a couple of my emails bounced back, so I don't even know if they got the proof in the end.
Yeah.
So they took it down regardless, though.
Yeah.
So.
But it's kind of funny because a bunch of people were saying like, when my package was missing, a couple of people I talked to like, oh, the driver probably stole it, and I was like, what is the driver gonna do with a Baruto DVD and the Inuyasha manga volume 6? What a thing.
Well, you know what's funny? When I was living in Worcester, my apartment, we had a mice problem because one of my roommates just left dishes on the floor of her room in her apartment, so
yeah,
we got mice. So out of instinct, I bought a bunch of mothballs. And that was literally my whole package was just mothballs. There was nothing else to it. It was just mothballs. And someone stole it. And I was like, oh, damn it. So I walked down the street to go get some groceries because the grocery store is down the street. And guess what I found?
Your package.
My mothball. So it was opened. And the person was probably just like, what the fuck is this? It's just mothballs.
Yep.
And I was like, this is like the one time where I think I won. And I never had a problem with packages after that because they probably just thought I was a psycho buying mothballs.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, anyways, before we get into our adventures and our topic, you drinking anything this podcast?
I am. I'm drinking a Willie's Super Bro hard seltzer with real fruit. And I'm drinking the pineapple lime.
So I'm drinking a Vizzy hard seltzer.
I've had the Vizzies.
Black cherry lime. It's a bit aggressive, flavor-wise.
It is?
Yeah.
I think you had this one the last time you were here. I thought you liked it.
It wasn't bad.
It's pretty tame.
So,
it's light.
Aside from the fact that this thing is dripping wet because it's hot as hell up here, it's actually funny, like, side story. I was actually I was watching one of the NASCAR races, and I like to be in the NASCAR, like, subreddit during the races, like, because there's a live thread.
Yep.
During the thread, because I was super drunk, I was just giving product reviews of all the different Vizzies I was drinking throughout the race.
Oh my god.
In the thread.
Yep.
And everyone was all like, is it good? Or like, that flavor sounds aggressive. I was like, I'm like,
It It
drunk.
is.
And then I woke up on the couch the next morning, so I think I fell asleep.
Oh, good job, Bill. I'm so proud.
And
See, whenever you come here, you drink you drink more responsible because I'm tired and I want to sleep like the old lady I am.
well, the worst part is that was a Thursday night.
Jesus.
I had to work the next morning.
Why would you do that to
Because I
yourself?
was having a rough week.
Still.
Actually, going in to our topic, the next day I had to drive myself and our mother to your house.
Yeah!
So,
Because we went to a concert.
oh yeah. So our topic for yep. So our topic for this episode is we're going to talk about concert. We're not doing the gaming thing for an episode. We're going to move away from that.
It's the music and mosh pit
Oh,
podcast.
mosh. Oh, I want to talk about
Oh
that.
my god! Oh my
I want to
God.
talk about.
Can we change the title just for this episode? The music and mosh pit podcast.
What mosh pit?
Not.
All right, but anyways, so yeah.
Well, we've been in some that are better.
Yeah. So anyways, we went to our first concert in over a year. Over the weekend.
Yes.
It was a very impromptu kind of thing. And I guess
Sorry.
before we get into our memories, I think we should talk about the concert right away.
Yeah.
Because it's the most relevant right now.
Yeah.
We went to go see Breaking Benjamin, Papa Roach, and who was the opener again?
Memphis Hellfire or Memphis Mayfire.
Memphis Mayfire, that's what it was.
But we kind of missed.
Yeah,
them,
we saw
so.
one song because
Yeah.
we'll get to that in a minute. But it was at the yeah. So the concert was at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and the adventure started with we couldn't find the entrance to the
Yeah.
parking garage.
Also, the adventure started with I was driving.
Yeah, and Alex
Which
is
when I drive, it's a hell of a time.
yeah, especially when our mother's in the back seat because our mom's hardcore and she went to the concert too.
Yes,
But,
we have a pretty cool mom.
But it all started with we get there, and we missed the entrance to the parking garage, so we have to loop around Mohegan Sun,
Yeah, and it's a big circle.
and then we missed it again.
No, we didn't miss it twice. Did we miss it twice?
No,
No.
we looped around, and then you drove past it again. You didn't turn. No. First you went one way, then you went the other way, but both times you missed the entrance we were supposed to go down.
Oh, yeah.
So
I did, yeah.
So-
but it wasn't as big of a loop. It was a
No,
tiny
because
loop.
there was a second entrance that you went in after.
Yes.
But the whole time, me and our mother were just like doing the European vacation. Hey, Big Ben. Ooh, hey, it's Parliament. And she's in her mind and driving.
You did not. It was stressful. You were not driving that. There was a lot of cars.
I know.
Because it wasn't just a concert. It's also a casino.
I know.
And
Me and
there's also it's on a reservation, so there's no rules down there either.
Mm-hmm. See, me and Mom were having a great time.
And I'm sitting there stressed.
So eventually we find a spot on the roof, and then
Yeah, and you guys are like, no. First we get in, and they had numbers listed for the parking spots available. So the very first floor, they're like, oh, there's one spot left. You should go
no,
parking it.
there was 6 spots left.
Sure. And then the next floor, there was also, you're like, oh, 6 spots left. And I was just like, no, I'm parking where there's lots of spots. But guess what? Parking there worked out. I'm really heated today.
Yeah,
Parking there
I wonder why.
worked out. Parking there. Ah! I'm full of so much rage. Parking there worked out because when we were leaving to exit, you had to be on the roof. So I just yeeted myself because what happened was there was cars coming up a ramp to turn, and then there was also us that were going, and like there's a bunch of people who were basically being pussies and just were like, oh, I'm scared, a car may come, and I just was like, and I just went for it.
So then we found our parking, and we got to see that horrible Mercedes parking job.
Yes,
He
it
was like-
wonderful. But I'm grateful he parked that way because then I was able to.
Yeah, because he parked so badly, nobody took the spot directly in front of where we parked, so we could just pull right out at the way when we got out.
Yep.
But yes,
I I say I parked very strategically, and you guys just didn't understand.
So
No one understands me.
eventually we get into the Mohegan Sun, and we've never been to Mohegan Sun in our lives.
No.
I've never been to a casino in my life because I have like the worst luck gambling, so I just don't bother. But
Yeah. That was my first time in a casino too.
it looked fun. I'd actually like to go again sometime, but
No, I definitely want to go again too.
it's just
It would
an
be fun.
arcade for adults.
Yeah,
But
but there's also children there and strippers.
well, no, we'll get to this. We'll get to the strippers in a minute. But so the reason why we missed the opening act was we were already running late to begin with, but
Yeah.
we get in and this nice like father and son gives us directions, but he doesn't realize we're going to the concert. He just thinks we're at Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
So he's very nice and he gives us these directions on how to get around the building, and then we completely realized after he left.
But wait! You gotta remember though. He said, "Look for the Krispy."
Oh yeah, look for the Krispy Kreme.
Look for the Krispy Kreme, and he was right though because there's multiple Krispy
Yes.
Kremes.
But this funny part is his directions didn't help us in the slightest because he didn't know we were going to the concert.
Yeah, he just thought we were
Nothing
here for
against
the
him because
first
he was very nice.
time. Oh yeah, no, and he had his son too. So
Yeah, and his son was very nice too.
yeah.
Like he was very friendly. So we start wandering around and we can't find the concert hall. So then we have to ask just a random employee like, "Where's the concert hall? We're sorry, we're idiots." And she points in exactly the opposite direction of where we were going. So we're like,
Oh shit.
so we don't.
But then we still get to where she pointed us to, but we're still confused.
Yeah.
We still don't know where.
But then I look up at the sign and I immediately see box office and arena, and I go, "Oh, maybe we should have just looked at the sign."
Yeah.
So then we eventually get to the thing, and we get through tickets and everything. Oh yeah, because we had the tickets on the phones. We go through the metal detector. I set it off again because I forgot I had a metal belt on again, because you know.
Yep.
And then, so we get in, and when we get to our seats, and it took us a couple tries because we always go to the wrong spot to find our seats.
Yeah, of course.
But what I loved about that is me and Mom are trying to ask the person for tickets, and you're just walking through the door, like you're like, "Dude, Alex, come back."
I was on a mission.
I know.
And that mission was to sit.
I know.
I was stressed. I needed to calm down. I was driving, and I'm stressed.
I know. So then we eventually get to our seats, and the opening act is already playing. So we're like, okay, whatever. So we see one song by them, and then they leave, and it's like, oh, all right, time to switch to the next band.
But you know what also was funny though was like this was the first concert where like even like usually when like even like the openers are playing, everyone is standing. And this was the first time where we came in and everyone's just sitting. Like no one's
people were
really
still
standing
showing up.
besides the people. Yeah, besides the people like on the floor, like we were in like the actual stands, like no one was standing. Like everyone was just like sitting and chilling. And like it honestly took a little bit. Like it took Papa Roach yelling at everyone to stand up to make everyone stand up. And then again people still were sitting.
Yeah. It was weird like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then the funniest part was we were so eventually Papa Roach gets set up and then they start playing, and
Papa.
I've known who Papa Roach is, but I was never a mega Papa Roach fan. But it amazed me how many of their songs like I actually knew.
Yeah! Like, I did not know I realized that I knew that many Papa Roach songs until they started singing. Also, on a side note, I just kept calling them Papa the whole night.
Yeah,
Just to
Papa.
annoy my mom. I was just, but I was going like, Papa, Papa,
Yeah.
Papa. Just to annoy you and Mom. And was it working?
Yeah, it was a little bit, but
It was a little bit.
what was really funny was throughout the concert, like the lead singer for Papa Roach, I forget his name. He was a really good frontman, though, super energized.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the crowd going.
I totally thought he was going to fall a couple
Oh yeah,
times.
he almost ate shit like 3 times.
He did. But I feel like if he did eat shit, he would have just like yoinked back up.
Yeah.
And like would have just kept going.
But what was really funny was there's like multiple times throughout the show he was all like, "All right, I want everyone standing up. This is a rock show."
Yep.
Half the crowd would stand. It was like, I'm like, come on, guys, like.
Come on.
I'm like, this is a legit band.
Yeah.
But then it would constantly be like, some people would stand up and he'd be like, I want people jumping up and down. And the seats we were in were really rickety.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, yeah, this isn't happening. So I was kind of doing the fake jump thing.
Yeah,
But the funny...
the rise on your heel thing.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, yeah, I'm jumping, kinda, no.
But the funniest thing to me was the
mosh
yeah,
pit.
okay, so like 4 times throughout the show, he's like, I want a mosh pit.
Mosh pit.
So then I look in the center, because so you go through, because obviously we're still in the middle of everything. To get down on the floor, you had to go through like screening to get in. We didn't have floor tickets, we had regular like seat tickets. But we had a good view of the floor. So when he called in for the mosh pit, a little group of schoolgirls were like running around in circles, like dancing.
It just looked like Skip to My
Yeah,
Lou. Like,
they were like
Skip to
skipping
My Lou, my
around
dog.
and like doing like the twirl. It was like...
Well, there was also 2 mosh pits. Like, there was one towards the front of the stage and one towards the
So
back.
what's funny is the one towards the front
2.
like couldn't stay formed for more than like 2 minutes. They kept...
Nope.
Apart.
Yep.
And
The one
then you
the
have
back
the...
was trying, but it was more just like everyone just kind of kept this circle of like 5
That
people
one-
skipping in a circle.
Yeah, that one had like
Oh,
5
shit.
like high school girls skipping around, and then like two guys like spinning with cameras. I was like...
Yeah.
And it was great because in between concert, like, there was a group of guys behind us, and they were just laughing about it the whole time. They're like, "Hey, look did you see the little schoolgirl dance party in the middle of the floor?"
Oh, I didn't like those guys though.
No.
They spilt beer on me.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like them,
You-
and I said I fucking hate people, and they audibly heard me.
It's all right. You didn't have the couple directly in front of you smoking pot and breathing it right in my face the entire night, but
They were still in front of me. I still
but
smelled it. They were going in all
you
of our faces.
you smelt
still.
it. But I was directly in like whenever they turned because they had one of those vape pens. Because every time they directly turned to let it out, it was right in my face. I gave them a look like twice. I was like, really?
Yeah, and the thing is too is they just kept leaving. Like they only stayed for like 2 songs, and then they would
Yeah,
come
they
back.
stayed for 2 songs towards the end of
Papa Roach.
and then they were gone for
Papa.
all of Breaking Benjamin except for the encore.
Yeah, they came back for the
And then they
It's
left.
like what?
It was like
Oh yeah.
it's like
And then there was also this other couple that was like in front of you.
oh, the ones that were making out the entire show.
Yeah, I know. It's just like ew, like ew. Like I'm sorry, but like, why don't you just like? Can you just leave? Eventually, they did leave, and I was like, thank God.
Yep.
But like, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna go to a concert and you're just gonna like make out the whole time, just leave and just go make out in your car or something.
Yeah.
What was that? I heard a noise. Someone trying to murder me? I hope not. I heard a knock. It could have just been. I'm scared.
Well, anyways, so eventually Breaking Benjamin came on, and I love Breaking Benjamin.
Yep. They were so good.
They were, and they have a whole like atmosphere when they play because they have like switch between. He'll have his rhythm guitarist sing every now and then. He'll have his bass player sing a song or two, and it was like they played stuff like. I love a concert where literally you know every song and everybody's singing. Because nothing's more awkward than when the singer does the crowd sing shot and it's like no one sings.
Yeah.
Which happened a couple times during Papa Roach.
Yeah, that did happen a couple times.
Which is
I was like,
weird because
"Ugh."
there was a ton of Papa Roach fans there.
But I feel like he picked the songs that weren't his super popular.
Well, he played
I feel like
he played Last Resort and Scars.
Yeah. No, yeah, but like when he played those, he didn't do the mic opportunity though. He did it for like other songs that were more obscure, and I was just like, like I feel like that.
Oh,
was
he did it for
that was
he did it for Hurt, and Hurt's a pretty not Hurt, Help, and Help's a pretty well-known song.
yeah, but not as.
But yeah, for Breaking Benjamin though, it was like the entire night. Like, did you notice too that he was like in the shadows like the entire time?
Yeah, I feel like he was really like giving his other band members another shot.
Well, I always noticed like
one of my favorite. Oh, you go.
it was weird because I always noticed like you never saw his face clearly. It was like he was always like in the shadows. I was like, that's so.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
I will say though that the sound audio transition between Papa Roach and Breaking Benjamin, something happened and it was much harder to hear Breaking Benjamin sing
Benjamin
versus
Burnley.
Papa.
But
Yeah, I meant like because the other guy sang too, so I was saying as a whole, all of them singing. It was much harder to hear them singing versus Papa Roach. I will say, I don't know what happened.
it got better as it went on. The first couple were a little awkward.
Yeah, the first couple songs were a little. It did get better, but the first couple songs, I was like, I can't really hear him. Like. Yeah,
it was interesting, but the playing was like dead on.
Oh yeah,
like they were like super tight the entire show.
Yep.
But honestly, it was just great to be at a concert again.
Oh yeah, no, just the atmosphere, and like I totally want to go to a concert there again. Now that I know how we get there
and how to get to the concert hall.
Yes.
And then to end the night, we had the exit, and it's been a year, so I forgot about the exiting a concert moment.
Yes.
Because the last concert we went to, we left early, so we didn't even have to deal with this. But
who did we see the last time?
We saw Saint Asonia and Adam Gautier.
Yeah.
We were super tired, so we left when Aaron Lewis was playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I forgot about the concert exit procedure where it's like every man for himself.
Yep.
But as we're leaving, we eventually get back out to the hall, and there was like this little casual bar as we were going in.
Yeah.
Well, when we were going in, it was like a nice little casual bar. I was like, oh, that's nice. As we're out, there's like strippers dancing on tables, and we're like, oh.
Yep. Well, it was just like we were watching, and as soon as we walked by was when they were taking their tops off.
Well, the best part
was just unfortunate timing, and Mom just goes, "Oh my!"
Yeah, I remember. Well, no, it wasn't "oh my." It was more, "Oh."
Oh yeah, it was "oh."
And then she does that, and I look over, and I just go, "Okay."
What was my reaction? I don't even think I really noticed.
No, you didn't notice because
I think I noticed, but I think I was also on a mission because I was pulling Mom because Mom has no sense of direction. So I was pulling Mom and I'm like, this is how we get to the garage. And I was like determined to get there as fast as I could. And then because it was so mobbed, we took the stairs. But because we took the stairs, we were on the top floor, so we had to climb like 5 flights of stairs.
Yeah, but did you notice when we took the stairs, like 4 other groups joined us?
Yes.
And it ended up actually, if we had like, it was funny because we actually like took a lot of the strain away from the elevators in the process.
Yeah, I mean we helped. It was a noble sacrifice, but damn, my legs hurt after.
Yeah, because I didn't realize just how many flights there were. It was like, oh my.
Yeah.
But
then we get in the car, and I put on my disco music because I like to harass Bill with disco.
I don't care about the disco. I hate the fact that you so freaking picky, and you like will listen to 2 seconds of a song and be like, nah. And just be like, you spend more of the drive changing songs than you do listening to music.
You do know that I do that more when you're in the car. I don't do that when I'm alone. I just do that when you're
wasting your time
to annoy the shit out of you. It annoys you, so it works. I love you.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a quick break, guys, and then the next part we're going to get into other concerts we've been to.
And I won't be as angry.
Yeah.
Just kidding, I'll be extra angry.
Alright. Well, see you guys in a minute.
See you, bye.
So, we're back, and I want to apologize for my audio sounding like utter garbage for the first half because my freaking mic was set to the computer mic, not my actual mic. Oh well. I might have to re-record the intro. But anyways.
So,
concerts. Now, the first concert, we wanted to just kind of rapid fire through some of our concerts that we went to over the years. And I remember the first concert I went to was, I believe it was 2015. And I saw Megadeth.
Nice.
No. It was this was 2013, actually. Yeah, 2013. Because I was still working at my old job. This was right after high school.
Yep.
I saw Megadeth, Fear Factory, and Nonpoint with our mother.
Yes.
It was alright. It was at the House of Blues. You know, I mean, first concert experience, it was fun. Couldn't drink, so
Yeah.
there was all that. And then after that, what was your first concert experience?
My first concert was Demi Lovato. I don't remember any of the other ones, but I remember me and Mom just were. I don't. It was pretty on a whim, and it was in Worcester. It was at the Worcester Convention Center. And I just know it was there because it was where I used to have an Irish dance competition there too.
Okay.
So, and that was my first concert, and I honestly don't really remember that much from it, but also, like, I don't really like Demi Lovato anymore. She kind of, like, sucks now. She tried to, like, ruin a business over frozen yogurt that was sugar-free snacks.
Well, celebrities
and
are kind
she
of...
said they were triggering her, and I just think that's really stupid.
Celebrities are kind of garbage, so...
Yeah, so
we'll
I thought that was really trash, so... Yeah, but that was my first concert, and then after that, I never went back to a pop concert again.
No, because then you discovered real music.
Yes, I did.
But, so my second concert, now, before me and Alex went to one together, my second concert was, I saw 311 and Pacifier at the Boston Pavilion.
I'm really upset that you took your other friend and not me. But at the time, like, I probably wouldn't have wanted to go.
It was different.
And you were still friends, yeah. But
So,
I think back to that.
I'm sorry.
Like, damn, I'd really want to go to that.
My other associate.
Other associate, a.k.a. asshole. I said it, not you.
There's people who listen to this well, at least that are aware of this podcast that might actually know who we're talking about, and frankly, I don't care. But anyways.
Frankly, you can't see it, but I'm flipping them off right now. Bill can see it, so I'm technically flipping Bill off, so Bill...
Yeah, I have real friends now, and they know who they are, and I appreciate them. But
yes.
Anyways.
Yes.
So we went to see 311 at the Pavilion, and this was the first concert where I actually witnessed, like, the utterly drunk concert goers.
Yeah.
Like, because we were still under 21 at this point, so we couldn't drink or anything. And I remember...
Legally.
Yeah. But, I remember because there was a row of glass, like, every seat had a cup holder, and I remember because it was all beers and then 2 waters.
Yep.
But, I remember because we were in the t-shirt line, and there was a girl in front of us who just straight up threw up everywhere before the show even started.
Ugh.
Like, she was that drunk.
Ew.
It was like, okay.
I mean, been there, but, you know.
And then, that was my moment where I'm like, okay, so this is a real concert now.
Yes.
Then, of course, we get through the shows, and, like, 311 was awesome. Like, one of my favorite... I'm not going to say one of my favorite concerts of all time, but it was a great show. And then, of course, as we were leaving, we straight up blackout drunk headfirst into pavement. I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also
like,
been there.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Yeah, so that was my first real experience with the blackout drunk concert goer.
Yep.
Now, what was your second concert?
My second concert was with you.
Okay, so it was...
Yeah,
so,
the only that was the only I mean, like, I went to, like, dance shows, but those aren't really concerts. Those are people doing some river dancing.
Gotcha.
You know?
So
but
after that, we got tickets. Yep, we got tickets. We wanted to see Linkin Park because we are huge. As we said in the music episode, we are massive Linkin Park fans.
Yes.
And this was during the
the hunting party.
The hunting party tour. It was the it was the Carnivores tour because they were doing like a co-headlining series of concerts with 30 Seconds to Mars,
aka Jesus,
aka the Joker.
Jesus, no, we don't think about that. We don't think about his Joker role.
Honestly, the only song I knew by 30 Seconds to Mars was The Kill.
The Kill, yeah.
Which we'll get more into as we talk, but I didn't know at the time. I really didn't know who AFI was.
No,
we just saw them as the opening act, and I remember because we were buying T-shirts before the show, And
We're like,
this was one of the
who's
first.
AFI? Yeah.
Well, that's the funny part. This was one of the first real like concerts where we actually talked to people outside during like before the show.
Yep.
And we were talking to another group of people in the line, and they were like, we were just talking about the bands, and they were all like, AFI. They were going on about AFI, how awesome they were, and I was sitting there going, AFI sounds familiar, but I can't like pinpoint a song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm like, okay, I'm really curious when they actually play.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa! Oh my god!
What?
You just went. It literally just went. And then.
Okay.
But it went. But it literally went. You were like AFI. Like it sounded like you were chanting for a second.
Okay. Well, that's not going to pick up in the actual audio. So.
Well, I wish it did. I can't just not react to that, Bill. It sounds so strange.
Well, it's funny because your video file lags every now and then, so you'll freeze from it, and then you'll like go super speed all of a sudden.
I should just move more constantly then. But I feel like it will make the microphone sound really weird. All right, I need to stop.
Well, anyways,
I'm in a mood. Anyways.
Continuing on.
Continuing.
Yeah, so we got our T-shirts and we got to our seats, and they were really good seats because we went. That was at the Xfinity Center.
We also got matching T-shirts.
We did. We got the hunting party. Because
Yep.
we are lame.
Because we are... Actually, it was the best shirt, though. So you know.
It was really nice because it had the logo for the hunting party.
Yeah.
We also listened to the hunting party on the way there.
Yeah, you gotta get...
Because we took the old Black Ranger back when I still had that thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good times.
But,
I don't miss that truck. It's not as great as Jackie.
Yeah, it's not as great as the new Black Ranger I have, but
And it's not as great as Aquafina either.
Or Lucy, the Mustang.
Aquafina.
But
The Jeep Renegade.
anyways, getting to the show now. So AFI comes out and they rocked. They were at the time they were touring the Burials album.
Yep.
And it was like this cool like hard rock and goth shit, and I was like, these guys rock. Who are they? And I'm like, I have to know a song. I have to know a song.
And then it came.
And then they played Miss Murder, and I was like,
Yep.
I know that song.
That song. Yeah.
Everybody knows that song.
And it was so funny because everyone in the crowd is like, hey, and like everyone is singing it too. Like that was sick.
Yeah, we'll get to that more with another concert moving on where we had the same thing. But so then this is where this was kind of the dull moment in the show, because then 30 Seconds to Mars comes on, and nothing against 30 Seconds to Mars. They're a good band. They're just not really my thing.
No, I wasn't as huge of a fan as them either, but I did appreciate when he walked across the crowd like water because he's Jesus.
I still don't know how he did that.
You know what I really think about though? Because you hear how weird he is now, especially after he filmed Joker. I feel like he got a lot more press, and I wonder if like Linkin Park and AFI are backstage with him, and they're just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? They're just like, why is he so weird?
I don't know. But Jared Leto, by the way.
Yeah, the Joker.
Because at one point he was on the main stage, and then at one point it went dark, and all of a sudden he was on this little stage in the middle of the thing, and I was like, how did he get? I'm convinced he had a zip line, but
Yeah. And then a cute thing though that did happen was there was this little kid.
Oh,
and he brought him up with him, and that was it was so adorable.
It was adorable, except for the fact that he swore he dropped an F-bomb in front of him twice.
I mean, he went to a rock concert. So
I know. My favorite part was Jared Leto once, because the kid's name was Timmy, and I remember it was like, fucking A, right? Oh, sorry, Timmy. But anyways, fucking A, guys. And I'm like, I was like, what the? I was like, okay.
That was a good moment.
But my favorite part about that too was there was random points where he was like, I want you to hug the people next to you, and then we were hugging this random couple that was just next to us. And it was like, okay. Yeah. And then there was the couple in front of us that were having the time of their life.
Oh yeah, they were.
Yeah, that one. They were jumping around, hugging, kissing, swaying back and forth, but not obnoxiously. They looked like they were legitimately having a great time.
They were the coolest lesbian couple we've ever seen. They were just the chillest.
They were so
couple.
nice.
They were just having a great time, and they were making everyone else have a great time around them too.
Like,
I freaking love them. I was like, woohoo, you guys rock.
now the only downside I had to 30 Seconds to Mars was they ended the show off playing The Kill, which I was expected, but they did it acoustically.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like,
meh.
eh.
Yeah.
See, I always thought, because they ended with their two biggest hits, the other one was like, I think it's like It's War or whatever, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm convinced they should have done that one acoustically and then ended with The Kill regular.
Yeah.
That would have been a cooler transition, but to each his own. You'll never.
Yep.
Who knows?
And then it took a little bit for Linkin Park to get set up,
because
they actually had a cool stage setup. Like,
well, you got to remember too,
had,
30 Seconds to Mars was a 3-piece at that point.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they had their whole setup done, and Linkin Park of course, was at the time a 6-piece band. So.
Yeah. So it took a little bit, but was it worth it?
Oh because... yeah, Linkin Park. Because Alex wasn't even a mega Linkin Park fan at this point either.
But after that, I was.
And this was honestly, we saw them at the best possible time to see them.
I truly think we did, and honestly, like, it will go down as my favorite concert because, like, it's something that, like, we can never, like, when you think about it, it's something that we can never experience again. Like, AFI, like, we're going for the 3rd time, but we can never see Linkin Park again. Like,
so I have one other concert that I consider better than Linkin Park, but that one is definitely up there.
Yeah.
I'm
not even saying that they were, like, it's the best concert we've been to, but just, like, it's up there because of... You can never go to that. You can never experience that again. I think we saw them in their prime.
We'll never see... We should probably rephrase that. We'll never see Chester Bennington again.
Yeah. But even then, to me, like, even if they come back, it's not Linkin Park. It's still, like, they may be the same band, but it's not the same.
My only thing is... they'll only still be Linkin Park to me if they just stick with Mike.
Yeah. If they bring someone else on... Yeah, I feel like... But we can talk about that.
That's for another podcast entirely.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I forgot to mention one other concert I went to was I saw one of the 2 concerts I've seen in Fenway. This is a bit of a segue. My first concert I saw with my our father. We saw Billy Joel at Fenway.
Oh, wasn't that really good? Like he was.
So Billy Joel was really good. Even though our seats were kind of crap and the couple next to us had no sense of personal space, but...
Love it.
But that's just typical concert shit. But, yeah, Billy Joel was great, and he played... My favorite song of all time is Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, and he played it live, and it was, like, one of the most amazing things ever.
Yes.
But... reason I bring up Fenway is we saw another concert at Fenway, because we got tickets to see the Foo Fighters during...
Yeah! The Broken Leg Tour!
The Broken Leg Tour. Because Dave Grohl broke his leg at a concert, and rather than cancel the tour, he
just kept on going.
He had a personalized chair built.
Yes.
That he later gave to Axl Rose, because Axl Rose broke his ankle at one point, too.
Honestly, like... The vibe of that concert was just so funny.
Well,
like,
first
that was the most comedic concert we've ever been to.
We missed Mission of Burma because it took us forever to get into Fenway.
Oh yeah.
And then we came out and we saw the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and Alex thought their manager dancing on stage was the greatest thing ever.
It was. It still is to this day. I mean, he was living his best life, and he danced every single song.
Alex,
that's a lot.
He does that every show. That's his thing.
I know. That must be his like exercise. That must be his workout.
I remember because we were like, "Who's the dancing guy?" And then I looked at him like, "That's their manager," and that's like his shtick. Like,
and that's the coolest manager I've ever seen. So.
But they were really good. They're just a fun band in general because Fenway's in Boston, obviously, so they got Boston bands. Because it was a 2-night show, and the second night had Dropkick Murphys, who we'll be getting to later.
Yes.
But we got Mighty Mighty Bosstones, which I thought was probably the better deal at the time, just because the Bosstones are such a cool band to see because they have the full horn section and everything.
Oh yeah, and they had they were cool. Also not that. They're more hometown, than the I feel like the Dropkick Murphys are more commercial, but the Mighty Mighty Bosstones feel more like at home and like local. They got that local charm, so.
Yeah.
And I feel like it would be harder to see them again versus, well, obviously because we've seen the Dropkick Murphys again, like, it's harder to see them, you know?
Yeah. But they were great, and then Foo Fighters comes out, and Foo Fighters are just... They were touring during the strange Sonic Highways tour, I believe it was, which was kind of a kind of mixed album overall, but they were still probably at their peak at that point, to me, personally. And the funniest part is they're playing through all the songs, like they go through all these things, and then he introduces all the band members, gives them a solo. The drummer Taylor Hawkins sang a couple songs, because they did Under Pressure at one point.
Yep.
And then then Dave Grohl gave the slideshow and the story time about how he broke his leg. What?
He just did it again, but it was so creepy this time.
Sorry.
You literally sounded like a lizard person. You're like, blah, blah.
Wonderful. But continuing on, so they were a blast, and Fenway is a cool place to see a show. But
Yeah. It's
Fenway,
a nightmare. Other than that, it's a nightmare.
I'm not gonna lie.
Boston in general is a nightmare.
Wait, did we drive to that one, or did we take the train?
No, we took the train.
Okay.
Because I believe we had to hop on the Green Line and it was packed.
Yeah, I remember.
Because the Green Line is only like two cars at a time,
Alex.
Right?
The first time we got on it, it was empty, and you were like, "It's not packed. What are you, on drugs?" And then on the way back, it was loaded, and you were like, "Oh."
Oh shit.
We just got lucky on the way up.
Well, no, we were running late, so.
True.
But yeah, Green Line is horrible. But
I mean,
the Red
Fenway-
Line wasn't that bad.
Fenway's cool to see a show, but I'm not gonna lie, Fenway's kind of a dump.
Yeah, no.
It's
it's
old.
a dump. You know it's a dump. Like,
It's
you
so
go there
old.
knowing it's a dump, but it's our dump.
I get it's historic, but my god, it's so dumpy.
That's why I say it's you know it's a dump, but it's our dump. Dumpy.
Yeah. But so then after that, did you go into any other concerts in between that one, our next one?
So after that, my next one was AFI again. So if you went to something between AFI, shout it out.
So I went to 2 concerts in between that point. I saw Coheed and Cambria with our father.
Oh, fuck you.
You didn't like them at the time.
I didn't listen to them at the time. And now that I listen to them, I'm so jealous, and if they come around again, I want to see them. Desperately. Mm-hmm. So badly.
But
let me go.
I
want to go.
So the funniest part was, Dad was joking the whole time that he was going to be the oldest person there, which he almost was. But there was one other old dude, like, behind us when we got to the concert. And what was funny was, the second the song You've Got Spirit Kid played, the line where he's like, "Nobody gives a fuck who you are," the guy just gets up with his kid and just leaves.
Yep.
And we were like, what?
I'm so mad about that because I'm just like, why the fuck did you go to the concert knowing there's a song that drops it there? He's not going to censor it at a concert.
I'm so confused too because the guy had a shirt on.
Yeah. I'm like,
it was the weirdest thing ever.
Like, have you? I just am like that. Like, what did you think they were gonna censor it? Like, thinking like they don't.
I don't know if something else happened. I don't know if something else happened or not.
You saw what the Joker did with that kid. He was just like, "Oh, sorry, little fucking Timmy. All right, let's fucking go." Like, you know.
I don't know if something else happened. I just remember that being like, what?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
So there was that concert. That was fun.
Yep.
Other than it was during a work night, and I was like super tired because I was working nights at that point still. But the other concert I saw with our father actually was me and him went to go see Rush.
Ugh.
And
I'm also so sad I didn't get to see them.
So the
sad.
reason why Rush, the reason why I alluded to the Linkin Park isn't probably my most
No,
favorite.
I understand why.
My favorite concert I've ever been to was I saw Rush's final show in Boston.
Oh,
for the R40 tour before they called it quits. And
Alex Lifeson.
Not Alex Lifeson, Neil Peart.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I was mixing up names.
But My God, that was like one of the greatest concerts I've ever been to because they played literally everything imaginable.
Well, it was like an encore for the.
Oh yeah, it was like what was cool about what was cool what was cool about that show was there was like a little like 11-year-old kid or like 10, couldn't have been more than like 10 or whatever, front row with a sign, and it just said my first Rush concert.
Oh,
like it was
last Rush concert.
I know, it's sad, but the best part is too is like everybody had a Rush shirt on, and there was literally a tour shirt for almost every tour imaginable, from like the first album to like Clockwork Angels. It was like surrounded, and like me and Dad were chatting it up with like people around because everyone there's a Rush fan. It's like the only creepy thing about that was there was a father with 2 younger girls behind us who were having a great time, and then there was a guy in front of us who was staring at the little girls the entire show, and I was like,
ooh,
what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
and it's like,
no.
Dad pointed out to me, and I'm like, that is fucking weird.
Yep, people are gross.
I know. Thankfully, the girl's dad was like this like muscle guy, so I wasn't worried. But yeah, that was weird. But yeah, that show was amazing though. Like they ended it off, and then I got to see Rush.
Yeah, I'm so sad I didn't
once
go.
again, though, you weren't into Rush at the time.
I know.
If you were into Rush, you probably would have been with us.
I know. I also think, too, it was because of school, too, though, because it was much harder at school, because I was at WPI at that time. But the next concert we saw...
So our next concert was probably one of the greatest lineups we've ever seen.
Yes.
So the next was our second show at the Xfinity Center. It was... Saint Asonia, and this was just right around when Saint Asonia formed.
Yep.
Alter Bridge.
Yep.
Breaking Benjamin again.
Yep.
And Disturbed.
Yeah.
What a lineup.
It was crazy.
So, I mean, Saint Asonia comes out, and, like, I was super excited to see Saint Asonia because I, like... Adam Gontier is one of my favorite singers of all time. I'm a big 3 Days Grace fan, so I was super psyched to hear his current band.
Yep.
And hearing them play was pretty fun. I mean, the people around us were kind of shitty to Saint Asonia, though, because they were all...
Yeah. That was, like, the vibe of that concert wasn't the greatest, I will say.
Well, it was weird, because it got better as it went on.
Yeah. But didn't some people leave?
People shuffled out, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, because once we had to Alter Bridge, it got better. It was weird. Yeah. But Saint Asonia was fine, but it was weird, because no one sang any of the Saint Asonia songs until he played, I Hate Everything About You and Animal I'd Become.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, they know these songs. And then we get to the in-between period for going from Saint Asonia to Alter Bridge. They were switching stuff up. And one of my favorite random concert moments ever happened where there was a group of younger people behind us, and they were just like talking about random bullshit the whole time. And I'll never forget this story about they were talking about delis and like sandwich shops. And they were like, so do you know about a pickle bagger? And me and Alex is sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck's a pickle bagger? So I'm just stealthily kind of listening in on this conversation because I'm like, I want to know where this is going. And they're like, so you know how you go to a sandwich shop and you always get a pickle wrapped in the bag?
Yeah.
And he was like, well, somebody has to wrap that pickle in the bag. They're the pickle bagger. And I'm like, who the fuck thinks of this?
You know what makes me sad, laugh though, is that this is the type of stuff that I think about.
Yeah, I know. But then this was also the same concert that had the woman in front of us with the shirt that was way out of style for her age.
And it was someone we knew from high school's mother.
But we won't go into names or anything.
Yeah, no. But yeah, like
the
we
worst
totally
part was
knew.
Though is we were cringing internally, trying not to make a scene. But then that same group of people behind us was like, "Oh, lady, no!"
Oh,
like scream like from behind. Those guys behind us were hilarious the entire concert.
Oh yeah, I'll never forget the pickleback.
The pickleback.
I ordered from the diner the other day and I got a sandwich and guess what my pickle came in? A little bag. The pickle bagger lives on.
The pickle bagger. What a job.
I honestly my dream job. If it paid $70,000 a year, I would be the pickle pick.
Yeah. But you know what the worst part is, too? This was right before Alter Bridge. And I was really looking forward to seeing Alter Bridge, but the whole time Alter Bridge is playing, all I'm thinking about is the fucking pickleback. Yep.
What a time.
But then Alter Bridge was really good.
They were.
The thing is, I want to see Alter Bridge as like a standalone act, because they didn't have enough time.
No, they definitely didn't.
Because they were technically an opener.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
after Alter Bridge, then we get to the main events. So Breaking Benjamin comes out, and similar to when we just saw them recently, they were awesome the whole night. At one point, Benjamin Burnley pulled out a lightsaber and was like talking about Star Wars.
He just went lizard person again. And all I heard was like,
Well, it's gonna be
lightsaber.
fine. It's gonna be fine in the audio, so I'm not
I
worried.
know, but I can't not react to it because it's just so like, what the? But anyways, yes, lightsaber.
Yeah, Benjamin Burnley pulls out a lightsaber, and he's like talking about Star Wars, because Episode 7 had come out around that point.
Yep.
And that's when people still cared about the new Star Wars movies.
Yep.
But I remember that they played a Tool song, they played a random Pantera song in the middle of it,
Why not?
and that was a blast. And then
Yeah.
we get to Disturbed, and at the time, you were very because I remember when Mom suggested this concert, and you were very unsure because you heard Disturbed, and you were like, I don't know.
No. Well, the only song I knew was the wah, like that song.
Wow.
That's the...
Yeah. I probably didn't do that one. I can do that sometimes.
I can't do it at all.
You knew Down with the Sickness, like most
I knew
people.
Down with the Sickness, and that was about it.
So
but
just,
I did listen briefly before going though to their new
I think I
album.
put it on the radio so you could at least get like something.
Yes.
But so Disturbed comes out, and they were like from like the second it was like they were just right on.
They were phenomenal. Well, I will say is that like when you hear some people in concert versus on a CD, they sound different. He sounded note for note the same as a CD. I heard no difference.
David Draymond's just a phenomenal singer. Like, he's got such a distinct voice. But
yeah.
What was cool about that was, though, the second they started playing, the freaking pyrotechnics started. It was like, whoa, where has that been all night? And then he played a bunch of their songs, like obviously all the classics, and then a bunch from the new album, because they had just come back from their hiatus at this point.
Yep.
And their one song, The Light, I remember The Light specifically,
Yeah!
because during the line in the song where they're show me this light, he wanted everyone to bring up either lighters or the phone lights. So the entire Xfinity Center just lit up, and it was super cool. He played The Sound of Silence. They did that live, and it was freaking phenomenal. I wish we saw one of the shows where Miles Kennedy duetted with him, but...
Oh, I do too.
What a lineup of singers, though, for that concert.
That was a real good concert. Like,
and then getting out of the Xfinity Center. So
yeah, wasn't that the time where you slept in the car? And
okay,
both
so
took naps
we'll
and
talk
I played
about
on my DS.
We'll talk about both experiences right here. So the Xfinity Center, for those who don't know, in Massachusetts, great place to see a concert, but getting out of there is fucking hell.
It's awful.
So when we saw Linkin Park, traffic was so bad, I literally turned the car off and was like, we're not leaving anytime soon. I'm going to recline back and take a nap. Wake me up when it's good. So then she just starts playing Animal Crossing on her 3DS.
Yeah!
And then like an hour goes by and Alex wakes me up and she's like, look, a spot's open. I'm like, okay. And I got in the line. And we were finally gone.
I think that was the longest it ever took us to get out of a concert.
Now, the second time we go, we were actually in a VIP section because we had like special tickets.
Yeah.
But, so we were in line getting out. And I specifically remember this because some inconsiderate jerks
once told me.
Yeah.
The
So people were tailgating in the parking lot, even though you're not really supposed to tailgate there. And these inconsiderate like assholes like left their tent set up right in front of our car.
Yeah. She ran it over.
And here's the thing. There wasn't a spot in front of us. They just left a tent set up in front of our car.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? So I tried to move it, and the thing was just so heavy and, like, in the way. So at this point, I was so pissed. Alex remembers this. I just got in the car, I said, get in. And I just straight up drove over it.
Yeah.
I made sure there was nobody in it first.
Yeah.
I made sure about that.
You made sure there was...
Well, let's be fair. There might have been people in there. That's why I couldn't move it. Because I shook it around.
Yeah.
I, like, banged on it. No, I opened it up. No one was in it. I was like, okay.
Well, if someone was in it, they're dead.
There was nobody in the tent.
Okay, I hope so.
We would have noted... No, because there wasn't a thump. It just kind of flattened.
Yeah.
But,
Because
So
they're a real skinny person.
there was nobody in there. I opened it up and looked.
Bill's a murderer. No, just kidding.
But anyways, yeah, so I was super pissed. So that I forced my way through. I was not giving anyone a break. I was like, fuck
Nope.
you guys. I'm getting out of here. I'm mad.
And I'm sitting there like... just
So then
playing right
there's this guy in a
process.
truck, and I noticed he's been waiting for a while. Like, no one's been giving him a break. So I let him go. I was like, okay, I'm going to pity you because I have some mercy in me. So I
Yeah.
let him go. And he kind of gives me this look, like a nod, like of like,
I'll help you
No,
in the future.
he gave me this look that literally said, I got you, bud. So he's in front of me now. All of a sudden, we get to the end, right before the exit, like straight out. He pulls in and blocks the entire lane coming up for exit and gives me a clear shot out. And then he goes right behind me, and I'm like, he just let me out. That fucking G. I was like, yes. I'm like, see, it's like being nice.
It pays off when you're nice.
Yeah, it was like sometimes it pays off to be nice. And I was like, thank God that guy was a freaking bro. And we got right out of there.
Oh. And then after that was smooth sailing.
Oh yeah, because once you're out, it's just the parking, because the parking lot, it's like 4 parking lots and they all funnel out into this one street.
Yep, and it's a disaster.
Yeah, it's terrible. So then, our next concert was,
AFI.
AFI again.
Yeah.
You know, because we saw AFI at Lupo's.
Yes. That
And-
was a awesome I
Aside
love
from
when
the-
concerts are in little clubs.
Yeah.
Aside from some of the rude people. But
Aside from the drunkenness around us and just people that had like no sense of we're at a concert, because I'll
Yeah.
never forget, like we're rocking out. AFI is great and all. I
Yeah.
honestly can't for the life of me remember who the opening acts were, but
I have no idea. I think we were just too like, yeah, but I don't even think they performed that many songs. Like I don't think
no,
they
I
did.
remember there was opening acts, but I remember because it was such a funny dynamic because you remember the concert was exactly on Pride Day.
Yeah.
Because it was right in the middle of the Pride Parade, like in that area right by Lupo's. But so
Yep.
it's like you got all these like people just celebrating, and then you got this one line of like gothic punks and they're just waiting
All
to get into the
people in
concert.
black.
And it was such a funny like difference. It was like, this is funny, and I
Well,
remember because
it was just so funny because one side of the street is all rainbow and colorful, and then the other side is just like black and dark gold.
yeah, it was the line, and I remember because a couple of them walked by and they were like, "What are you guys waiting for?" We're like, "Oh, we're going to see AFI," and they kind of were like, "Okay," and just walked off. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, check it out. It's fun." No one was being rude, so I mean, it was like,
No. It was just funny the contrast.
I know, it was just such a
hilarious.
weird dynamic. But so then we got into the show, and obviously that was great. Like
Yeah.
Davey walked across the crowd
Yes.
and said, "Snowcats, Alex."
Snowcats. That concert was just so good. Like,
I
he
just
played such-
when you go to see your favorite band of all time, it's like it changes your. It's such a different experience when you actually like love a band that much, and you could
Yeah.
tell everyone there did too, because people were like singing the songs. Everyone knew everything. Like
Oh yeah.
it was freaking great. And then
After
the next
that,
concert we saw. Okay,
Yes.
so this was the most extreme concert we've ever been to. Oh, where actually, first though, I want to mention the person who was like, "Can you please move out of the way? I'm claustrophobic," and I'm like, "You're in a concert."
Sir, get out. Wait, was
I'm
that
like-
at AFI?
Yeah, that was at AFI. We were already
Yeah.
crammed as it was, and this woman's like, "Can you move over? I'm claustrophobic." I'm like, I looked at her, I'm like, "Where am I gonna go?" I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
"Do
thought
you
that
realize?"
was so. Like, you do understand that the minute I move, someone else is gonna move here, right?
Yeah.
You do know that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
because that happened to us multiple times.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I was like, where am I gonna go? And I'm like, I can't really go anywhere. And she was like, okay then. I'm like, all right.
She was a Karen. She was a Karen before Karens were really a thing.
Well, no, I get claustrophobic. I'm like, why are you this close then? Move to the back. There's plenty of open space.
Or like, why are you at a concert?
Well, I mean, there's open area. There was all the open tables. Why were they down in like the floor area? That's what I don't get.
Well, she was a Karen and she wanted to get it her way or the highway.
I don't know. Although she didn't throw a fit after I told her flat out, where am I gonna go? She just kind of was like, oh, okay.
Well, what was she gonna do, really?
I know.
Like, what was she gonna... Like, everyone would have booed her. And, like,
or just ignored her. Just ignored her.
Yeah, she was...
I wasn't even rude. I was just flat out like, where am I gonna go? So anyways, the next concert we go to was the most extreme concert we ever went to. It was Rancid...
Lizard. You're a lizard person again.
Wonderful. But anyways, it was Rancid and Dropkick Murphys.
Yes. And the Bouncing Souls.
And the Bouncing Souls.
And that one little Irishman. A little Irishman who played on the stage with just a guitar.
I forget his name.
I don't remember his name either, but
he was good.
He was a pure little Irishman, and we loved him.
That was the one guy we actually sat on in the stands to see.
Yeah, no. Because
we actually we were meeting. I had a coworker I was meeting, and then we ran into one of my old friends from JROTC also.
Yeah.
But I remember because we saw the Bouncing Souls. Like we were pretty far back for them. The Bouncing Souls are just a fun band because all their songs are super bouncy.
Yeah. Hence
and then
the Bouncing Souls.
And then once Rancid started going on, then my other friend showed up, and he immediately was like, "We're going in." And Alex was like, "This was your first experience in like the actual crowd."
In the mosh pit.
Well, we weren't really in the mosh pit. We were just kind of close to it.
We were very close to it at some points. We moved back at one point.
It moved into us a few times and then moved away.
But we did get closer around the Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah.
Because a part of me was so tempted to try and get on the stage.
Yeah, like my friend did somehow.
Yeah, your friend somehow got there, and then like a part of me was thinking about doing it, and then they shut down. Then they stopped letting people on, and I was like, shit. But I should have done it. If we ever see them again, I'm gonna do it.
Here's the thing though: will they actually do that again though?
Don't ruin my dreams.
I'm just saying. Concerts are kind of different now, but
yeah.
But yeah, but that was funny. But I always remember because like this was the first punk show we've ever been to, and my God, it's a different vibe.
Oh yeah, it's completely different. But honestly, it was so fun.
Oh yeah, I think that broke your shell. I think that broke you out of your shell a bit because you got real confident after that show.
Yeah, well, that was just like, well, I think like AFI like buttered me up a little bit, and then going to that was just like, yeah.
Yeah, because
so
I remember. Well, after Rancid, then we took kind of a break from concerts.
Well, so what happened was I was actually studying abroad in Japan.
Right, and me and our mother were supposed to go see Queensryche, but a blizzard happened. Yeah,
but I did see a concert while I was in Japan.
Oh, right, this one.
But it was not any normal concert. I saw a Hatsune Miku concert. So basically, like, if you've ever seen those viral, like, hologram concerts, where it's the anime girl, I saw that. I saw that live, and gotta say, it was pretty sick.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things I saw while I was in Japan, and I don't regret it at all. I don't regret it. I had no idea what was going on, and we had, like, a bunch of people, like, who were just, like, Japanese, and they were just like, whoa, come on, party with us. So they were just rolling us in and making us dance. Japan concert vibes are completely different.
I can imagine.
Like, everyone, like, you know how, like, they have, like, the glow sticks in the videos?
Yeah.
And, like, they, like, do it to the beat that actually happens. It's real.
Oh, boy.
And, yeah, no, and it was all synchronized, too. Like, it was insane. It was cool. It was really, really cool.
One of these days I'll go to Japan and I'll see for myself, but...
Well, they don't happen all the time anymore, so...
I know.
I don't even know if they're happening at all in Japan now. But I saw one of those, and that was a really cool concert memory.
Yep. And then, after that, I think the next concert I went to was... I saw Bowling for Soup. At,
Soup.
At the Worcester...
Palladium.
And Bowling for Soup is... Me and our mother went, because me and our mother bond over that band. And it was just a great time. They were super raunchy, though, the whole night. Like, there was no filter on them.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like,
not
it was-
surprised.
I remember there was at one point they were just like some of the stuff I was like, wow. But they were a blast, like every song we knew. And then, yeah, the final concert we went to before everything went to hell. We saw Saint Asonia acoustically at the. It was like this bar at Patriot Place.
At Patriot Plate, yeah. Which I kind of like wish it was just bad timing. I think because I know I was like I was working in Connecticut at that time, and I think I had to drive home and like immediately get in the car and like go with you guys. So I was just so tired. And if I wasn't as tired, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But
yeah, it was an interesting experience. I mean, he was great live, playing acoustic stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then the world went to hell, and we didn't see another concert until just recently.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see another one soon with AFI, hopefully.
Yeah, that's not until March.
I know that's why
that's still
a ways away.
Yeah, but it should be great when we see it. But you never know. Sometimes things pop up. Like, because, like, Breaking Benjamin, that was we had no idea. And it just popped up.
But it was cool. I mean,
yeah.
Concerts are great. And honestly, just seeing live music again is such a relief.
Oh, yeah.
It made us feel alive again.
Yeah. It just made us feel like, like, the world isn't perfect yet, but we're getting back there. Getting back.
Yeah. Well, that was a good talk. It went better than we thought it was going to go, especially with how the processing went.
I calmed down from my rage,
Well, now you know that your headphones have a volume slider.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't realize. I can't really. Wait, hold on. Oh, I think I just muted you. Speak.
Hi.
Sit. Roll over.
Oh, yeah, you muted me.
Pa. I did. Pa. Papa. Papa.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this one up, guys. This has been an interesting one. Well, anyways, once again, guys, you can find the Gaming and Collecting Podcast on all your major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We are made on Anchor Podcasts, and you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And
yes,
once again,
and also
guys,
make sure to follow Papa.
Papa Roach is a good band, yes. But anyways, guys, once again, thanks for joining us, and we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Papa.